comma. The idea is that the dictation stuff on the iPhone is fantastic, comma, except a lot of people don't use it, period. I think it would be really useful, comma, if one could pair their iOS device with their Windows machine, and it would allow them to talk directly to Office. So that's the idea.
That's a demo.
So what I can do is bring up something like a browser. And this is only a day or two of development, so I'm just kind of goofing around here. If I go to try it, and I've got my iPhone app here, and I say add pairing, and this is the only known useful reason for a QR code. I don't think that it's a good idea to, I don't really think it's a good idea to use a QR code for pretty much anything else. And I did not want to use Bluetooth for this. I think that Bluetooth is kind of just unreliable for the kinds of stuff that I wanted to do with it. And basically what I can do is, here we go. I'm going to say add pairing on this here, brings up the camera, point it at the QR code, and then it pairs. And now I'm connected actually through WebSockets and through it. It does NAT traversal, it goes through networks, there's no need for VPN or anything like that. There's a service in the cloud. And I can basically just start dictating using the standard Siri dictation that we've got in an iPhone, period. One of the important things, comma, that you'll notice, comma, is that I'm using punctuation while I dictate, which gives you almost 100% quality, which is hashtag awesome. So this is the onboarding experience, right? The idea is that you don't want to have to install something in order to get it to work. So you download the app. This is the theory, of course. This is all just bullshit at this point. Although it is real, though, but it's still nonsense. You download the application for free. You walk up. You go. It says, "Hey, you want to try this out? Go to this website." You do the pairing. Then this is all done in JavaScript and WebSockets and Magic. And then it says, "Hey, you know that was pretty cool, but if you want to use this on a regular basis, you should probably download the Windows application, and that's what plugs into Word and Excel and all those kinds of things." We have the notion of temporary pairings, where I could walk up to anyone's machine and do this, or a persistent pairing. There'll be drop-downs on both sides, so once you've downloaded it, you can integrate it with anything that has Apple ID, so then you pay for it once. My current plan is you download it for free, you can do 1,000 words. After 1,000 words, I'll start nagging you to unlock it, maybe give me $5. But once you've done that, it'll work with any device, and you have drop-downs and things. So you'll be able to go and say, oh, I'm on this machine or on that machine. Ideas that I could push additionally would be a global clipboard. So right now I'm just using the dictation that's built into Siri. But I think it's one of those features that no one uses that we could teach people about. So I could onboard them, explain the dictation stuff. The homepage for this will be easy. I mean, I'll just have a YouTube video, and you won't see anything. It'll just be right over my shoulder. I'll say something, and it'll show up on the screen. And it'll be a Vine. It doesn't even need to be a long video. So low effort. One of the things that's worth pointing out, though, is that the application on the iPhone is written in C#, and using Xamarin tools. The website is written in C# using SignalR, which is like Socket.io for .NET. And this application is written in C#. So I'm not an iPhone developer. I'm not a Windows developer. I'm just a C# person, and C# let me do all of this. So there's really nothing but C# in the whole app, which is kind of cool. And that's my demo. So you think you'd buy that?
Oh yeah.
$5?
$5? Good. All right, cool. Any questions? Yeah.
What's the advantage of using your phone versus just using the onboard mic? Is it just Siri? Is it just empowering you with Siri to...
Windows has had voice dictation for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's been about the same for 10 years. It's fine, but it's fine if you have a microphone on and you're in a quiet room and you've trained it for an hour.
Yeah.
Dragon Naturally Speaking is about 97%, but it's less sophisticated and its use of punctuation is less kind. This is effectively bringing what we think of as Mavericks dictation to Windows. I predict that there's about an 18-month time window until Cortana comes out, which is the code name for Siri on Windows. This is a prediction, and even though I work for Microsoft, I have no idea. I don't work for that organization. But there's about a year and a half before someone's going to come out with something better. They'll build it into the OS, and it'll be over.
Absolutely. So it's just Siri empowering you to do voice recognition, essentially?
Yeah, I think I don't like saying it's just.
No, okay. Well,
because it's a diminutive. But what I think is interesting is the NAT traversal, the underlying technology that allows me to push anything at all I want from this. This is a global clipboard.
Yeah.
I just chose to use dictation, which is something that I use all the time. What was happening was I'd be sitting in front of my machine, I would type for a paragraph or two, I'd get frustrated with my hands because I'm old, and like, this is stupid. And then I would just open my browser and start talking, and then I would email myself this stuff, and I was like, well, this is stupid. So then I wanted to be able to set it up, so I integrated it with Word and Excel and Gmail and all that kind of stuff. So now I just sit there and use this as my mic. Chris?
Have you composed anything real with it, right? A blog post?
Yeah, absolutely. My last blog post was done with it. It's dictation. You can do 30 seconds on Siri, which is about a paragraph and a half. So basically, one paragraph per. Right now, I have to push send. I'll fix that. It'll be automatic. So it'll just time out and you just keep going. I'll have to add in stuff like there'll be a checkbox for auto send. On this side, on the Windows side, there'll be an automatically include an enter, because you saw that there was a spacing issue because it didn't put enter here. Little options like that. But yeah, automatic translation would be another idea. Using it as a chat thing. I mean, really, it's the underlayment that's interesting, not the fact that I'm abusing Siri. Although from an abusing Siri perspective, I don't see any way that Apple could shut me down because I'm not using any Siri APIs. I'm just using the text box. Cool?
Oh, they'll figure out a way.
I think I'm fully within my rights to use it the way I'm using it. But it's the service that's the power. It's the cloud stuff. Yeah.
Did you say that the pairing was done on the local network or through the cloud?
So this is every time I hit pairing here, this is the secret. Every time I'm hitting that, it's changing. So there's a cryptographically significant GUID in there. See, look, I just trashed it.
Real.
It is real. Yeah. Look, code. Whoa. Yeah. It's mostly got here.
Did you dictate that?
It's mostly just nightmare. It's just stuff you don't want to read. But what was the question? Oh yeah. So I'm basically having a coordination GUID and some crypto inside of that, and then we both collaborate to a central location, and then that enables the connection. And then there's transient pairings and permanent pairings and some special sauce. Yeah, but it goes across NAT, so anything that has internet. So it doesn't matter. If this was turned on and it was running on your machine, I could talk to your machine. I think that the proper internet, the real internet, and NAT traversal is more interesting than Bluetooth and personal area networks. I do. Cool? Yes?
Editing?
No, so that's another point. Actually, so one of the other ideas, and this is like far out, like a week from now maybe, would be plugins on the Windows side to then allow for noun-verb relationships, where I could say open Excel and then auto send it and have it open Excel, right? So automation and plugging in into something like PowerShell would be trivial, because once the freeway exists, what I choose to do with it is go nuts. Yeah.
Is QR code pairing your idea, and is that something you thought of monetizing?
QR code pairing is a well-known entity. I did QR code pairing because I needed it to be cryptographically significant, as opposed to someone just saying Scott's iPhone, which was the original plan. And then I would be chatting to other guys named Scott's iPhones. But it was either that or Bluetooth personal area networks or low energy Bluetooth, and that's just.